It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like,
I'm Mia Mignon.
Because your quarterback don't know how to throw a back shoulder fade, and every time that he's in perfect position and back shoulder fade in the end zone, he can't throw it.
Love. You know, what do you know about love? What do you possibly think you know about love? You know, I'm sick and tired of men using love like it's some kind of disease you just catch. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
Maury Lang Show with the Renegade Relationship. Let me shatter that myth real quick before you go on. Just because a woman likes sex all the time does not make her a freak. It shatters her own myth.
Welcome back to Routes and Relationships, where, as always, I'm Mia Mignon.
And I am Maury Langshaw.
And together we are, again, Routes and Relationships, where today we're going to talk about the NFC North pre-draft needs and who we think will win pre-draft. And white lies, little white lies. And
Second half of the show.
yes, how and if they hurt your relationship. But before we do that, they can find us on
YouTube, Routes and Relationships on YouTube, Instagram, Routes and Relationships, Twitter, Routes_ships, Facebook, Routes and Relationships. Make sure you go subscribe, like, follow, leave a comment on iTunes and all the podcast networks. Review. Leave us a quick review. Tell us what you think, and you join the show or not enjoying the show. We want to hear both. We can't please everybody, but we want to make sure everybody's happy.
Right.
Do our best to entertain and provide some type of insight.
and that we do.
So get into it. We're starting off with the NFC North and then talking about little white lies.
Little white lies.
So what teams are we tackling in the NFC North?
The Green Bay Packers, the Matthew Stafford-led Detroit Lions, the new look of Kirk with a K, Cousins, Minnesota Vikings, and Mitchell Trubisky's Chicago Bears.
Okay. All right. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the team with the first pick in that division, and that will be the Chicago Bears.
The stinking Chicago Bears, the Windy City.
Yes, where their receivers have gone to die for many years now.
So, I mean, did they just sign somebody?
Allen Robinson, but he's coming off a knee injury, but he's better than what they had since, with the exception of Alshon Jeffries.
So his knee injury, did he play last year for, I guess, that was Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
Did he play last year? Or he missed a year?
He played.
Okay. And the speedster, isn't that the dude from that played behind Julio Jones? That speedy dude, Taylor Gabriel?
Tyler
Gabriel.
Yes.
So they got two new receivers to go with their franchise quarterback?
Yes, this is their lineup. You ready?
Yep.
It's scary. Mitchell
It's scary? Scary like scary good or scary like scary bad?
I'm going to let you listen first. Listen.
Okay.
Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback.
Okay.
Jordan Howard at running back.
Okay.
Trey Burton at tight end.
Newly signed Trey Burton. That's the dude from the Eagles, right? Threw
Yes.
a touchdown pass.
Allen Robinson and Tyler Gabriel as your receivers.
I think his name is Taylor.
Taylor?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't want to dispute you.
TG. You might be right. You might be right.
Okay, that's it.
But that's their lineup. And their new head coach, Matt Nagy.
Yeah, from the Chiefs, an offensive guy.
Which,
He's going to be creative with Trubisky.
yeah, so he's going to have a better year.
Yeah, he should.
That's
Should
why
be. The
Alex Smith
second
had the
year.
year he had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so you said they're scary. That seems like a decent lineup. Pretty good offense, actually.
Yes, it's decent.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're scary good or scary bad. It seemed like a middle-of-the-road pack. Probably the high middle third ranked in offense. They're going to move the ball, score some points.
Yes. But they need, in the draft, in my opinion,
Yeah.
they either need a linebacker, like a mean, nasty linebacker, or a very physical offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think they're putting priority on the offensive lineman versus the linebacker. I think those two are very important. I think they may have the opposite. They want that nasty offensive lineman and then go with the defense. Because it sounds like they're looking to outscore people and not prevent people from scoring. That's their philosophy.
Well, hey, I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
So if they get an offensive lineman to go with the Matt Nagy creativeness that's going to have with Mitchell Trubisky, Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, Trey Burton. Who else did you say? Who's their running back?
Jordan,
he's not bad. He's
No,
not
he's
bad.
not.
I think the Chicago Bears are, well, they're definitely looking up and up.
Yes.
They're not going the opposite direction like the Green Bay Packers seem to be.
Oh, no.
You don't think the Packers on the up? Come up?
The Packers, since we brought them up, the Packers have 12 picks. So the
Ooh,
Packers
Super
can make
Bowl!
not Super Bowl, but they can definitely make some changes. They got Muhammad Wilkerson going on, Jimmy Graham going on. They give them the secondary help the way they're supposed to do. And I said that real DC-ish, secondary.
You did.
Secondary help.
You gotta be from DC to understand that.
Yes. So, with the 14th pick, Denzel Ward will be there.
Who is that?
That's only one of the, if not with I have a soft spot for Minka Fitzpatrick, which I think he's the best DB in the draft.
Yeah, a lot of people agree with you.
Right.
So who's
But Denzel Ward is the top corner.
Oh, cornerback. Okay,
Yes.
I had no idea who Denzel Ward
Yes,
was.
Denzel
Okay.
Ward.
Cornerback. So he's the top. He's the Joe Hayden of this draft. Shout out to Joe Hayden. What's up, fam?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Then
So-
Green Bay takes him and shore up some other holes that they have and build some depth. Aaron Rodgers and his crew will be right there like they always are.
I'm on the same side of the ball as you, except I'm not on that level. You say cornerback, they should go cornerback first, and I'm looking at linebacker. I think they're looking at people like Marcus Davenport on the first day, because Clay Matthews is hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what Clay Matthews. He could retire, or they could trade him or cut him. But this may be his last season as a Packer, so they definitely need to replace him.
That wouldn't be bad. But if you got a chance to get Denzel Ward, snatch him up.
He's that good.
Or you can leave him. Leave him, and you know who would take him. I'll make a phone call to my granddad, and we can take him.
Do people know who your granddad is? Who's your granddad now?
Everybody knows that I'm a Cowboys fan, and
Your
I can
granddad is-
my granddad is Jerry Jones. It's the only way
Lord
I
have
can
mercy.
deal with him and like him and continue to have him as our owner/general manager/scout
Yeah.
person.
Either way, Denzel Ward wouldn't be a great pickup because their secondary was horrible last year.
It was
Horrible.
indeed.
Did they sign Tremont Williams?
Okay.
The 35-year-old Tremont Williams.
Okay.
And then what's the new cornerback name? He had a bad year, but they say he's going to be part of their future. The King guy, Kevin King,
Well, there's
or
nothing wrong with
Kelvin King, something like that.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him. So,
Yeah, so-
he had growing pains.
So check this out. Right now, they have Tremont Williams and Kevin King on the cornerbacks and nobody else. Do they even have a slot corner?
Well, that's why they have 12 picks and they can work on it. And they pick at number 14 again, so they can make some noise.
And they are looking at what's the guy named Bashar Breeland from the Scans?
Take them.
They should take him. They have
Well,
Tremont Williams and Kevin King.
They need to drive him up to Lake Minnetonka up in Minnesota, up the street, and dip him and cleanse him because he was a
What?
Redskin. So you gotta
she
take
is a man.
You gotta take
Redskins
him,
fan.
and you gotta cleanse his soul. Because I'm telling you, once they put their uniform on, they're tainted.
Oh my gosh, Redskins fan boy. Did you how she feel about y'all squad? Man.
They're tainted. So yes, if you want Rashad Breeland, make sure you cleanse him first.
And you know who Green Bay is looking at. There were a high possibility. Your boy,
Who?
Vita Vea.
Yeah, they're not gonna take him. Next.
Is that an emotional? They better not take him,
Yes, that's
or
an
is that
emotional.
a
That's an
sports freak?
emotional. That's an emotional.
So that's not a sports freak professional analysis
The
of
sports
why.
freak in me would say that it'll be a good pickup for them to have him on his team. It really would be. He can start right away. However, they don't really need him. So you need with capital NEED. You need a cornerback. If you take Vita, then you're taking him because he's the best player on your board. He's
So-
at his position.
So you're saying just take Denzel Washington?
Denzel Ward.
Ward.
Yes.
Whatever. It's a W.
Yes.
All right. All right. Next up,
Detroit.
Detroit. Good. That's a good one. Cause I want to go Minnesota.
Yes. Let's go.
Detroit.
Yes.
This is an interesting team to me. They got a new head coach,
Matt Patricia.
defensive guy.
Yeah.
So you gonna turn that? Is he gonna turn that defense around?
Sure.
Yeah, I think they'll be better.
Sure.
I'm not sure if they'll be better than 9-7, but they'll be better. But it's interesting when you look at the Detroit Lions' needs. What do you think their needs are?
A center
Okay,
and a linebacker.
linebacker.
Yes.
Okay, that's very detailed. Okay, got you. Because I'm looking at the running back situation, their defensive line situation, specifically defensive tackle. Well, they have problems all across their defensive line. Detroit fans, y'all in trouble on defensive line. Y'all can't rush the passer or stop the run. So I don't care who your quarterback is and who your head coach is. You guys are in trouble on defensive line.
Yeah, that's why I say if they get a center, they may can help their offensive line a little bit. Because they were last in rushing last year.
Oh, even worse. Making my point.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awful.
But they passed the ball 63% of the time last year.
That's not good.
Yeah, well that's why because they couldn't run. That's why.
Yeah, that's not a winning formula in the NFL.
No, but it'll change. They have 100 running backs on their roster right now. So
I read that. They still got Amir.
Abdullah,
Yeah.
Theo Reddick.
God, they still on their roster?
Yeah, they still have him. They have your friend, LeGarrette Blunt.
When he become my friend. What's LeGarrette Blunt my friend? Did they sign Deion Lewis or they were talking about signing him?
Yeah, they were talking about signing
But
him.
he's not signed, right?
Just
That's not
like
official.
they brought in DeMarco Murray the other day.
Poor DeMarco.
So they just haven't. Well, Des Bryant told him, "Don't you leave." But I get it.
telling
You
you.
chase the money. I get it. I would have chased the money too. But
Hey.
Des, if you want to talk about Des, say Des was right in that situation. He said, "Don't you take your ass up Philly. Your life won't be the same," and it hasn't.
And it has not. He's going on his third team since the Cowboys, not total.
Yes.
Anyway, it's interesting because the Detroit Lions have been very active in free agency. They signed the dude from the Bears. They signed the dude from Seattle. They signed the dude from the Giants. They signed, you mentioned LeGarrette Blunt from the Eagles.
Yeah.
They signed some starters.
Yeah. So they trying to turn it around, get it together.
Oh, we should tell people the Christian Jones, and to be specific, so you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Christian Jones from the Bears. The dude from the Giants, Deshaun Sheed, the cornerback he's from Seattle, my bad. Devon Kennard is from the Giants. So really looking at it, Detroit Lions, I don't see much change over the past, what's going to happen this year versus what's happened over the last 5 years. They're going to be pretty good, on the brink of winning the division, on the brink of making the playoffs. But I'm seeing another 9-7 season again.
But I will say that I think defensively they may be a little bit better.
Why do you think that? Because
the philosophy
they signed
will
3
change.
starters from other teams.
And I think the philosophy would change just based on their new head coach.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so they'll have a different mindset.
So looking at the Bears, their mindset, hey, we're going to outscore people.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions, they're saying, hey, we're gonna prevent people from scoring.
And the Packers are going to relax, relate, and release.
The Packers, man, they may be. I don't know about the Packers. They still have Aaron Rodgers, so that dude, man, he makes some plays that just make you shake your head. And if you're not a Packers fan, just make you angry.
Yes. What about the Kirk Cousins led Minnesota Vikings?
The Minnesota Vikings. Now they got the prized possession of free agency.
Yes, they did.
And Captain Kirk with the K, Cousins.
Yes, they did.
Man, he's gonna ball out.
He's better. He's guaranteed.
I want to see the Cowboys and the Vikings in the NFC Championship.
Ooh-wee.
And Kirk Cousins does well, but he's outdueled by my quarterback. And Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Well,
that's what I want to see.
You know, if that comes into fruition, just like you said, Kirk Cousins have never ever in his career beat the Dallas Cowboys, and if they win
Ever,
not one time.
get out of here.
Kirk Cousins has never beaten the Redskins. I mean, never beat the Cowboys as a Redskin.
That is a hell of a stat.
Yes,
So Colt McCoy is a Cowboy killer.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins, we want to see Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
That is not.
And I know Redskin fans gonna call me a hater, and then they're gonna go to Google and prove me wrong. They're gonna be like, "Oh shit, she right." Okay, anyway.
So stay in trouble, y'all, man.
Yeah, you never beat him at all. Nope.
That is hilarious.
Nope.
That is
And you know what's sad? Just RG3 and Colt McCoy, like you said. That's it.
It's the only quarterbacks in the past, 5-7 years that have beat the Cowboys.
Yes.
Anyway, we're talking about the Vikings.
The Vikings here with the best secondary in the league.
The best defense in the league.
Yes.
So what do the Vikings need? What's their weakness? What's their hole?
They better get somebody to stand in front of their $89 million guaranteed quarterback.
Man, specifically the interior of that joint.
They need to be inside out.
Yeah, they're decent, but they can use some help on that offensive line. And how they gonna replace McKinnon? That little shifty speed dude. He went out to San Fran and got paid. Man.
Chasing dollars.
Hey, he gonna feel real nice. That San Fran squad, the Rams of San Fran, the Vikings, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nice little division. But we're talking about Minnesota with the 30th pick here, with the 30th pick here. You know, I have some offensive linemen. Who do you think is gonna be available for the 30th pick?
Do you think they go offensive line with the 30th? Well, that's their main need. So.
They better?
I can't see any other team that needs an offensive lineman like the Vikings. Well, every team could use some offensive linemen, but...
Oh my gosh. Detroit needs one. They need a center. Detroit needs a center. The Packers need some offensive line help as well.
The Packers need everything.
The Chicago Bears.
The Chicago Bears.
Offensive line help.
They pick before the Vikings,
Chicago
right?
Bears pick 8. Everybody picks in this division. Everybody picks before the Vikings. So let's assume that the 3 of them are going to take offensive linemen, which we know they're not and shouldn't. But
the Bears.
Well, the Bears need to. Yes.
Yeah, to me, when I look at the Bears, it's between an edge rusher and offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So, but did the Vikings really need?
Yes.
Like, with their first pick. Yeah, I guess so. I would go offensive lineman there at 30. Yeah.
And they better take a guard.
Yeah. I agree with that.
They better take a guard.
And they have to replace McKinnon though. They still got to replace McKinnon.
Yeah,
and I guess it's a running back.
Yeah,
so
they got a couple of. Yeah, they can do that later.
The second, third, fourth round. All right. So who's winning it? You said.
I'm going to say the Minnesota Vikings.
I think it's going to be a runaway, without a doubt. Minnesota Vikings. Second.
Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Disagree. Got it.
The Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions will probably be tied together at 7 and 9.
This is an interesting division because I don't see any. The only bad team here, in my opinion, is the Green Bay Packers. But when you say bad, you can't say bad and have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback.
Right.
So Aaron Rodgers accounts for 4 wins by himself.
He does, and he's going to get Denzel Ward, and with the other 11 picks, he's going to do what he needs to do just to.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a tough second place between. But you know what? Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions have new head coaches. That's the thing. So one of those with opposite philosophies, one of those is going to be a surprising team.
Okay, so who
and the other is going to come in fourth.
Like they say, who you with? Who you got?
This is a tough one. Got Minnesota. Jeez. I'm going to say the Bears are going to be coming surprisingly second.
Okay.
Green Bay is going to handle Detroit, sweep Detroit, because they're going to have similar records, and they're going to be third, and Detroit is going to be pulling up the rear. At the worst case scenario, 8-8. This is a tough division.
Okay.
This is like the NFC West. This is going to be a tough division. Nobody's really great. Well, Minnesota, I'm sorry. And everybody else is pretty, solid at best.
Well, again, Kirk Cousins, if you're listening, take a drive to Lake Minnetonka, cleanse yourself, and the Vikings will do wonderful things.
There you have it. The NFC North. All right. Coming up, second half of the show.
Stop telling little white lies.
Little white lies.
Yes.
Are they a big deal? Are they? Do
Yes.
they hurt the relationship?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. So tell me, Mia,
Yes.
what is the big deal about a little white lie?
It chips away at trust.
I think that's a major thing. Yes, I think and one of the pillars of renegade relationship is trust.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, little white lies erode trust. What is a lie? What is a little white lie?
A little white lie is.
Like I used to do.
I'm gonna go personal here.
Oh, okay.
A little white lie is I don't know who Rachel is. I have no idea who Rachel is, and then I come to you and say, well, this is Rachel, and this is a conversation you had with Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little white lie. Because you wanted to say, I don't know who Rachel is because you didn't want me to be upset. You don't want to hurt my feelings or whatever the case may be, so you avoid telling me the truth as I know it. To avoid...
I do that? You said you're going to go personal here. I do that?
You've done it as my friend, and you've done it as early on in our relationship.
Interesting. She always got to tell our business. Why she got to tell our business? But anyway.
Very early
so
on
that's a
in
little
our
white lie.
relationship.
Because I'm thinking, like, since we're talking personal, where it came back to bite me in the ass in the end because it was used in court against me, is that when I first had kids and I would get the call and I was asked if I gave the kids a bath, and knowing that I should have already given the kids a bath, I would say, yeah, I gave the kids a bath. And then subsequently, the wife would come home and the kids and I are playing, just playing.
It smell like milk.
And they haven't had a bath. She would call and ask, say, did you take out the trash already? I'd say, oop, you gotta take out the trash. I didn't take out the trash, but I said, yeah, I took out the trash. She comes home, the trash is not out. Mm-hmm. So those compounded over time made me what's brought up in court, a compulsive liar. Mm-hmm. And I get it, but some things I didn't see the big deal about because I would rather say yeah and not hear your mouth than to say no and still hear your mouth.
Lord have mercy.
So therefore, I used to partake in the little white lies, but what I've learned over my 45 years here is it's not worth the aggravation in the long term. Mm-hmm. Because one of the major things that you said already, that it erodes trust. It erodes the trust. But why do we do that? Like, why do we do that?
Because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. You want to make sure that I don't want to be there. Some people, a lot of people, close people around me, wants everybody to like them or think good of them and to always see the good in them. And they rather not tell the truth sometimes and tell a little white lie because they want to be liked. It's not really necessary about the person that they're lying to. It's about them and how they come off.
Right. They're trying to save face a little bit. Right. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. But sometimes the truth, it does more harm than good. So that's why people tell little white lies.
Yeah. Well, I haven't learned that. And, I'm 45 and I'm still trying to learn that. To tell the little white lies. For some reason.
Instead of telling the truth?
I want to tell a little white lie sometimes, but then this is where my inner self fight and then the truth fights the lie and just blurt out. And that's why people always say I have no tact in what I say.
See, that's the problem then.
It just comes out.
It's how you communicate the truth. You just need to know how to communicate the truth. Not just communicating the truth, but how to do it. You can't say, I can't put a suit on and you say, God damn, that makes you look like you came out the World War III zone and your barber was on strike. So you have to be more tactful in the way you say stuff.
Am I supposed to say, babe, don't wear that suit, take it off?
You did that the other day with my daggone pants?
Oh my gosh, yes, you are not, no.
But my sweatshirt was going to cover up my belt,
no,
so I can still wear the belt.
I knew the belt was going to be there. The belt
never see you.
Like in that case, was I supposed to tell you, "Oh, babe, that looks nice"?
No, you weren't supposed to say anything because what I had on, nobody's gonna see my belt.
I was gonna see the belt, and it was
How?
bothering me.
Because you saw me put it on.
Right.
But you weren't gonna know once it's on, you would not see the
I was
belt.
probably gonna fill you up and lift your shirt up or something. I don't know, and I would have had to see your belt, and then I would have been like, "Ugh, turn on." So I had to make you turn it off. Take it off.
Oh, okay. So you just, you're a truth teller.
I'm a truth teller.
I'm telling you, you know what? My father told me this a long time ago. And I believe this wholeheartedly. If you're ever given the choice to tell the truth or choose kindness, choose kindness. And that's opposite of what you do. Like, you tell the truth. You just got to be better at how you tell the truth.
Yes.
But I'm not. I'd rather, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
We know. We know.
Because it's not necessary. Like, it's the whole, when we do relationship coaching, it's the whole, does this dress make me look fat type question. Mm-hmm. Do I say, no, yeah, it actually makes you look like a goddamn rhinoceros. That's the truth. But how effective is that going to come across to you?
I don't know, but have you ever seen those people that says, like, if they're walking down the street, and I say it a lot too, like, who watched her get dressed this morning, or who allowed her to come out of the house looking like that, or her friends aren't real to her that they let her walk into this club looking like this. Mm-hmm. But then you say, she probably asked, do I look fat in this dress to her friends? And her friends said, no, girl, you look cute.
Right.
And sent her outside looking a hot mess. Now, that truthful friend like me, I probably would have pulled her aside, and I would have said, I don't know why they telling you what they telling you. I think you look better in this particular dress.
See how you did that?
Yes.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But that's not what you do, or that's not what you say you've done.
Right.
What you say, you've given an alternative, a positive alternative.
But it depends on the setting. Like, if I was sitting around, like, all of us, and she came out and said, what y'all thinking? Everybody said, oh, you look nice, you look nice, you look nice. First of all, my face, she would have said, Mia, what's wrong? And I would have tried to say, you look better in this other dress. But like I said, the truth and lies fight within me, and I would have said, no, girl, take that off, you look bad.
Well, that's what
I tried. I'm
I
a
think
work in
I
progress.
have a little man. She looks like a man.
I'm trying. I've gotten better over the years since dealing with you and your relationship coaching. But, it's still a battle. It's still a battle.
Yeah, effective communication, guys. Effective communication. That's the key to, that's one of the keys in relationships. Not just communication, but effective. How you say things is vitally important. And I always give the example of, not even beyond a, do I look fat in this dress? You could be standing in front of the TV. I was like, get the fuck out of the way. I'm trying to watch TV. That's communication. But is it effective communication?
It could be effective.
No. You know what? I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to ask how that could be effective, because I'm going to go on record and say, nah. That, to say get the fuck out of the way, I'm trying to watch TV, to your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, it probably won't go over well. It may not be addressed, but it's not going to go over well. But anyway, stop telling white lies. It does more harm than good.
Okay, I'm going to put you to the test. You ready?
Here we go.
I'm going to put you to the test.
Okay.
Now, here's your opportunity to take your own advice and tell me exactly who is Shay.
Who is Shay?
Who is Shay?
Shay?
Yes, who is Shay?
I don't know anybody named Shay.
You don't know anybody named Shay?
I don't know anybody named Shay.
Not one person named Shay.
Nope.
No. And you keep in mind now, when I come to you, I always come to you because I know the truth.
Okay.
Now, you say
is this
that
recording?
If you don't know who Shay is, you have no idea who Shay is.
I have no idea who Shay is.
Then look at that. See, he didn't tell a little white lie.
I really don't know who Shay is.
Look,
Like Shay, the thing is, y'all should, hey, Facebook, look at my palms. You can see the sweat, right? Look at the sweat on my palm. I'm like, Shay, and she always does this, and she knows stuff.
And your face is like, oh shit,
Like, look at, y'all see my palms? Look at my palms. It's like, cause she knows stuff. something up, and I would Jedi mind trick myself to say, oh my gosh, yeah, Shay is, she ties my shoes, or she's my shoe shine. I'm like, I don't know who Shay is.
You're good. I'm glad you don't know who Shay is. See, so that's effective communication and honest.
No, it's not. She tried to set me up.
It's true.
She tried to set me up is what happened. That's not even cool.
You told me you don't know who Shay is. You were correct. And you didn't tell a little white lie and say, oh, Shay, that's my homeboy's girlfriend. Or that's, my homeboy know her. Because that's their go-to lie.
True, yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't tell
the truth. I know it can be uncomfortable. Tell them the truth, even the littlest truths. Tell the truth. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, because you don't want to be in the courthouse being what were you, a habitual liar?
A compulsive
liar, yeah. You don't want to be called a compulsive liar, yes.
They brought that up in court, and it was a theme in counseling.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
What was it? I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to go there. That's so long ago.
My next book, actually the book after the one I'm writing now, I'm going to go into the counseling. Y'all going to find this really entertaining of my counseling. My post-divorce up until pre-Mia is hilarious. And that is going to be part of the book. So stay tuned for that. That's going to come out in 2019. But anyway, Little White Lies, NFC North. That's it for us?
That's it. Kirk Cousins, do yourself a favor and go cleanse and
You keep on saying that. Leave the Redskins players alone.
I said Kirk Cousins. I didn't even mention the Redskins. I just want him to get cleansed.
All right. You've been clear on how you feel about ex-Redskins players.
Yes.
All right. That's it?
That's it. That's all.
All right, fam. Peace.